Okay, students, let's look at the sample online test for FSA assessments.org, and the website is www.fs and then assessments. So you don't need two A's right there. .org, you go to the student section and take a practice test, logging in as guests. Immediately, let's go to question number 1. If a weather report states that there is more than 2/3 chance of rain for Saturday, okay, so it's still not 100%, so it is not certain. So it is likely would be the correct answer. It is likely. With more than 50% and less than 100%, it is likely. Okay, the cost of a barrel of beans, B, fluctuates. That means changes, goes up and down. So it can be plus 17%, or the price can go to minus 17%. We have it right here. Let me erase that. That's what fluctuates, changes. So sometimes the price is increased by 17, sometimes it's decreased. So that's exactly what we are going to look for. When B is increased by 17% of B, there we have it. And what would be 1B plus 0.17B is going to be 1.17B. Okay, now decreased. Okay, so we take away 17% of B, and 1, remember there's a 1B, well, 1B minus 0.17 of B is 0.83 of B. Next question. Okay, so here we have the result, an actual result of a spinner that was spinned 300 times. So we don't need to add those three numbers. They will add up to 300. They want the probability based on this data. So not based on theory, but based on what happened. What is the estimated probability of a spinner landing on red? So it would be 102 possible winning outcomes red out of 300 times. So it's close to the theory of 1 out of 3, but to simplify this, dividing by 3, this is 34 out of 100, or 34%. So I'm going to use the keyboard here. This is not a calculator, it's like a keyboard. 0.34. Next. Okay, a quadrilateral that's 4 sides, right? 2 lines of symmetry. That's either a rectangle or a rhombus. So we can go ahead and use this. You have an add point there. And once you're there, you can click your 4 points. I'm gonna make things easier by drawing the points near. And then we can use the connect line tool here. And well, you know the rest. You can complete your rectangle. All right, so next. In question number 5, this is telling me that I'm missing 2 prices, but that at the end, my answer was 0.20. Negative. Okay, so in 2008 was 20 cents. In 2009, 30 cents. So far we have 50 cents against, 50 cents to our favor, positive 0.50. I'll do it on this side. And minus 0.20. So far, we have 0.30. But I need to go. So how do I go from being in the positive 0.30, it's a point, to a negative 0.20? So I had 30 cents, but suddenly I overspent, and now I have 20 cents against. I had 30 cents to my favor and 20 cents against. So that was a swing of 50 cents, right? Because if I had 30 and I take 30, negative 0.30, I am right at 0. So I need to go beyond 0, if you will. And another way to look at it is this way. This was the answer to begin with. So what I needed to do was cancel everything else. So the positive 20 cancels with the negative 20 that I wrote here. The positive 30 cancels with the negative 30 there. And the only thing left is negative 0.20. Next question. 2 over 3 is 6 repeated. 6 repeated. Do not choose B, choose C, because it is repeated. Okay, so here the question is, you have to click on class B here to make the medians equal. Now look at this data. This class A is sort of even. So, and class B is tilted to the left. There are more points to the left. So to make things even, I would need a point on the right side, like here or on the 6. And that would make things more even, which is what the question is asking. Take time to read the question yourselves and see that that checks. For the sake of time, I need to move on. Okay. Tony has a bucket filled with green, blue, yellow, and red, so 4 colors, markers. He removes 3 markers from the bucket with replacement. So that means he removed one and put it back. Then he removed the second one and put it back in the bucket. And finally, he took one more and put it back. That's with replacement. So all the markers removed are the same color. Yeah, he could locally be pulling the same marker, blue and then blue again, and then he got the blue again. It is possible. Doesn't say likely, it says possible. Only one marker of each color is removed. The problem with each color is that I have 4 colors. It is possible that he moves 3 different colors, but that's not what it says. It says 1 marker of each color. So I don't have every color in here. There are equal numbers of green and blue. So if he takes out 1 green, 1 blue, and then 1 red, yes, is 1 green and 1 blue. The same thing here is going to be 1 red and 1 yellow, and the last time he pulls out of another color. So there are equal numbers of red and yellow, 1 each. And finally, there are only two colors of markers removed, so like green and blue, and they were removed in an equal number of times. But he takes out 3, so how can you get 3 markers and only have 2 colors? And they're equally, so it's gonna have to either be 2 green and 1 blue, or 2 blue and 1 green. So this does not make sense, so we leave it alone. And again, moving on. Okay, so A plus B equals C. So C is a positive number is my answer. That means A is negative right here, and C is positive. So they want us to know what B needs to be. So, and where I'm gonna place it. So let's place A behind 0 because A is a negative number. Now, when I take a number B, let's pretend C is equal to 2. That will be easier. So C is equal to 2. A is equal, let's say, to -2. So this is my scenario. I have to have B, and when I combine it with A, I'm going to get C. Right now I have A at -2, and C is a +2. So B needs to be a number that when I subtract 2, my answer is 2. So what number minus 2 is 2? That would be 4. So I know that B has to be placed to the right of C. And that's what they're looking for. I cannot place it there because that won't give me the right result. It has to be larger than C to overcome this deficit right here. And so it is. Okay. All right, remember, every segment of these boxes from the point to the beginning of the box is 25%. Then inside the box is 25% each, 25%, and 25% on the last whisker. So let's see what it says here. In 2014, the oldest student was 28 years old. So that's the yellow box. The oldest student here was actually 39. So it is not correct. In 2014, 50% of the students, meaning 2 sections were over 28 years old. So actually in 2014, I see the number 28 right here. So there were only, this is the last segment, the whisker. So this is only 25%, not 50. That is incorrect. In 1990, so let's go to the blue box now, 75% of students were at least 24. 75 would be 3 sections. So it would be this section and this section and the last whisker. That would be 75%, 3 of them. At least 24. So does this line up with 24? At least 24. So if it has said at least 22, so this one doesn't check either. Hopefully we'll get a right answer at least. In 2014, the median, which is the line inside the box, was greater than in 1990. So this line right here is 27, is more than 24. So yes, this is correct. And in 1990, there was a 10-year-old difference between the oldest and the youngest. So if I look at this point right here, that's 31. Am I looking at the right box? Yes, 1990. And then this other point right here, and I look at the value below, is 21. So it goes from 21, the blue box, it goes from 21 to 31. So that is a 10-year difference. So those are your correct answers. And that is it for this video. There will be more.